The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shaggy McStabber.
And I'm Merlin Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and I'll be playing Jacqueline De Ronde of Clan Venture.
Good evening, I am the Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
I'm Brad, Timber Brad 411 in chat, and I'll be playing Nicholas Bowens of Clan Hikata.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
And I am the Ravenous Archon. I'll be playing Franklin Elias Crown, Hermetic Order.
As everybody can see, we have a guest player tonight with us. When we were last with this coterie, and Jackie got some interesting information from Cedric, Jenny finally got to meet with Naomi again and deal with all the boons and all the cool things she got from finally getting Capone taken care of. Nicholas and Roscoe, well, they went on a deep dive into curses. Which, yay, that's fun, isn't it? And, of course, the coterie got together at the penthouse afterwards, and nothing bad happened last episode, I swear. But for this episode, we open up. It's going to be a few nights after leaving Jackie's penthouse. As we open up, Roscoe has asked the coterie to come meet with him in his shop because Tracy reached out to him and said an associate of hers will be stopping by. And I'm going to open up with the coterie already in the shop. And I'm sure Franklin will arrive at a dramatically appropriate time.
Hey, everybody. How is everyone tonight? Welcome to my shop again.
Very well. I have purchased the building across the street,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, and it is actually, I'm waiting to hear when they can schedule the demolition.
Very nice.
See, that's what happens when you have that fuck you money. You just point at something to put in my. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. Have it delivered. Put it in my cart. Whatever. See, that's the type of money I aspire to.
Took a long time, Lamar. A very long time. But yes. So, how's everyone else?
All right. I mean, still existing another night and all that good stuff. But Roscoe, who's this visitor we're talking about?
Well, he's an associate at Tracy's. I don't know anything else about him. But coming from her, I imagine it's going to be a good visit.
You okay with meeting him here at your shop rather than?
Yeah. Well, this is territory, that kind of neutral territory. Tracy's been here, as have others of her association, and I figured we do it here rather than at the club, kind of our central haven. Not giving that away right away because I don't know him.
I was talking about more like the park.
I also imagine if some place has to burn down, might as well be somewhere that's done it already.
Thank you for that observation. Hopefully not, but
You're welcome.
So stand near the fire exits. Okay. Wait. Genevieve looks around. There is a fire exit, right? Because it's not.
It
They're all
should be up
fire
to
exits.
code.
Yeah, it is. They're all fire exits.
Oh.
Going to say, I'm sure Roscoe has windows.
All the better for the stalkers to look in.
Or Jenny to throw somebody out of.
Well, that is true.
Thus, a fire escape.
If there is a fire, I will make sure to save you, Nicholas, head first through the front window.
I appreciate it.
Roscoe, is there a bell to your door, or could I just walk in?
You can just walk in. It's not.
Then I will knock as I enter.
Oh, good evening. Can I help you?
I will let him describe himself as he steps into the room.
So Franklin is just shy of 6 feet, bald, goatee, a little bit salt and pepper, kind of like me. Well dressed, sleeves rolled up. He has a high school teacher or adjunct professor vibe to him. Always wearing a dress shirt and tie. And first thing you'll notice is that he is not American. Excuse me, is there a Roscoe Akers around?
Well, hello, that would be me. How can I help you?
Excellent. I'm Franklin Crown. I'm a friend of Miss Graves.
Oh, welcome. Come in. We were expecting you.
Oh, excellent. I didn't know I was meeting with a conglomerate. I apologize.
Oh, not a problem. These are all my friends.
And Franklin, as you step in, you immediately can feel the bracelet that's on Roscoe's wrist tonight is, it's enchanted to essentially be Kindred Mage Lojack. The one who made the bracelet and has enchanted it can always know where the owner and wearer of it is.
Mr. Akers, I don't know what Tracy, Miss Graves, has explained to you.
She hasn't. She just said that we'd have a meeting.
Of course. She does like to keep things close to the vest. What do you know of a Samantha Myers, a Tammy Ferguson, or an Allison Thompson?
I know all three of them. One much better than the others. Samantha is a friend of mine.
I see. What do you know of Miss Myers?
And Roscoe's going to be getting a little both uncomfortable and kind of smirking because, of course, he knows a lot about her.
Roscoe, please roll. You missed it in chat, apparently. Please roll your composure plus resolve. I know you don't have fortify the inner facade, so just roll composure plus resolve, please.
I had to roll mine manually because it wasn't picking up right.
Okay,
How's that? How's that?
Okay. I will keep everyone's rolls in mind, and I will let you know, Franklin, if you trigger anything on your end.
Excellent. Mr. Akers, it has come to my attention that Miss Myers has done things that could be considered dangerous for our kind.
Your kind.
Yes, of course, Miss Graves did leave that out. She would, of course. I loathe to use the word mage as it brings up images of Merlin or Harry Potter, but
It's quite all right. It's okay here.
I am one of the awakened, sir.
I understand completely.
Good. Then you know that Samantha is also of my ilk.
I do.
She has done some things recently that have not sat well with the cabal in charge of Chicago.
Really? What what kind of things?
She killed people, Mr. Akers. People that still had their fate unaccounted for and could have helped in the Ascension War.
It's unfortunate, but these things happen.
She also destroyed one of ours.
I apologize for that. But it has come to my attention that she might not be in full control of her faculties. I believe Miss Ferguson and Miss Thompson are manipulating her.
I'm not that familiar with the last names, so I recognize Tammy and Allison.
Tammy and Allison, yes. They are, I believe that they are manipulating her in some way, shape, or form, be it through magic or some psychological coercion.
These are sensitive topics. I need to know a bit more about who you're representing here.
I'm representing the cabal that is in charge of Chicago. I am the seat that sits at the Hermetic Order.
Now, Roscoe, you were going through your training. You were apprenticed. You do understand what he means. He is in charge, first among equals in a lot of ways, of the mages of Chicago.
Well, I would like to help you in any way that I can.
Miss Graves says that you come highly recommended.
Well, I'll have to thank her for saying so.
You and your group have overcome obstacles that others would find daunting, from what I understand.
We have had our adventures, that's for sure. Go ahead.
I would like, unfortunately, Tammy and Allison, since you're more familiar with their first names, they've gone to ground. And unfortunately, me and my cabal cannot find them.
Even with the ability such as this, and I just point to the bracelet.
Does your magic trinket do something other than make you look fashionable?
Well, I hadn't really thought about being fashionable with it, but yes, it does. It's it keeps us in touch.
It's low jack.
If you want to put that fine point on it, you're right. That's exactly what it is.
Not to be blunt, but are you sure these two are still alive? If you can't find them, maybe it's because they are dead.
One could hope that they are dead. Unfortunately, no. I believe that they have help or some other means of avoiding being located.
I know one of them is associated with one of ours.
Yes, that's Allison.
Mm-hmm. I hate to think what would happen to Samantha if left unchecked. I have faith in her abilities, Mr. Akers. She shows great promise. I don't want that tainted.
Well, I think without the destructive influence of both Tammy and Allison, I think she would do much better. To be completely honest, if I'm not revealing too much, I believe it was Allison that is responsible for the calamity that you're talking about.
Then it will be Allison we deliver to the prince.
I'm not familiar with your terminology, so I'll just nod acceptingly.
With our civilization and our politics, as it were, a bit similar, I believe, to your position amongst our kind.
Understood.
Sorry, I'm just thinking. Does she have any special talents or things she's good at? Because I figure a couple of us are probably going to be having to get close and personal with her, and I don't want her suddenly, like growing sword arms or something. So,
Oh, nothing of the sort. It's from what I've experienced with Allison. It's more a ability with her tongue to incite people to acts they might not otherwise do.
So if we hit her in the head hard enough, gag her, we should be okay? Or is this...
Well, the real problem with Allison is that she's under the protection of Balthazar, one of our kind.
Oh, Bubble Nuts, yeah, him. We might have to do something about him, and I'm happy to make sure that we do. Like, just take all our problems out with a single well-placed, a few well-placed sledgehammer shots to the skull. But yeah, we need to deal with that asshole.
And as far as Tammy goes, she's an irritation, just playing little tricks. She doesn't seem to have that much influence on Samantha, really.
Fortunately, she's also awakened, so given time, I could see her becoming more of a threat than she is right now.
Okay, see, his explanation was better than just, she's not a threat. That's why I was curious if the individual who seems to know them a little bit better, other than just being like the little in your girlfriend's ear there, I thought maybe he knew something so that we wouldn't just be walking in being like, we're here, and then they beat our asses. So
is there any further information you'd like?
I can tell you that Samantha has tested the patience of the council, and although I have gone to bat, as the Americans say, for her, I don't know if I can lessen the punishment that she's facing, but if bringing this Tammy Ferguson and Allison Thompson forward, I believe that can help lessen the trauma associated with the punishment coming her way.
Well, to be honest, I've not seen Samantha for some time now. So I'm not exactly sure where she would be. Although I think our best shot at finding Allison anyway is to find Balthazar if she's gone to ground. So I don't think she gets far away from him.
I trust your group to handle the situation however you have handled it before. Like I said, Miss Graves highly recommended you and your group. If there's anything that I can do to repay the favor, I am not a wealthy man, but I do have connections among my kind.
Well, the way we work, it's not really about money. It's about traded favors.
I hear
Understand.
you were the one that turned the ballpark in Milwaukee into a sacred site for werewolves.
Miss Graves likes to embellish certain aspects of my abilities. But yes, I tried to meet with Mr. Decker in a civil manner, and that went out the window rather quickly.
I was doomed from the start.
Yeah, he's a bag of dicks.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jacqueline De Ronde.
It's an honor, Mr. Ronde.
I intend to solve the Decker problem once and for all. And when the time comes, I might request your services in cleaning up that park.
what has been bound can be unbound.
Good to know.
I don't have any grand plans for Milwaukee, but Genevieve Schutz, businesswoman and meat shield of the group. So, well, sort of. That's why I was curious if we were going to be walking into like people throwing fireballs or something. All the stories about mages that I've heard make me leery. So I apologize for not being whatever.
I understand, and I can guarantee you that unless you are in a node, the heavy price that we pay for throwing fireballs in open outweighs the catastrophic damage that it causes.
Well, when you force your prey into a corner, sometimes they choose to take themselves out with you. So that's why I was curious.
I didn't expect us to have any trouble tonight. I mean, Mr. Crown does come highly regarded by Tracy herself, so I thought this would be a civil encounter.
In all things, civility is a must.
So I hear.
May I ask you a question, Mr. Crown?
Also,
How are you with curses?
depends on the origin. I am not as skillful as some of my other cabal mates when it comes to matters of the spirit, but I dabble.
Nicholas will put down the book. I imagine it's taxidermy at this point. He'll put it down and then offer a hand to Franklin. Nicholas Bowens, a pleasure.
My pleasure. And I shake it.
I guess it's my turn then. The Marcade. I break people. I kill people. Unless I like them. And then, I feel like you and me, looking in your eyes, I feel like there's something here. I feel like there's the relationship building and I like it.
I can assure you, Mr. Cade, I am not short on people to hurt or maim or dismember. So I'm glad that we're on the same side.
Shit, this is going to be the start of a long and successful business relationship, maybe even friendship.
Mr.
I can only
Crown,
hope.
we are very civil, as you see. You will find dealing with us much more pleasant than dealing with Decker.
Oh, yes, 100%. I haven't had to turn anyone inside out.
I like that.
I would have
like
loved
that.
to have been a fly on the wall.
Just imagining the insides on the outside is an interesting mental exercise.
It was taxing. But Miss Graves did let me know where we were going ahead of time, so I was able to pull some strings and turn the ballpark into a bit of a node to lessen the blow.
My understanding is no real damage done. The brewers are awful.
I don't follow American sports, unfortunately.
I think what my friend is trying to say is, and nothing of value was lost.
Then yes, that is correct.
Indeed.
Indeed. Well, we will definitely look into your missing people and rectify the situation.
How should we get in touch with you? Should we find anything?
I will produce a business card and just hand one to each of you. I do have a day job. I'm an adjunct professor and substitute teacher at the high schools up north. And I am a therapist and psychiatrist, should any of you need to talk things out.
As Nicholas takes the card, he'll look at it. I was sort of hoping for a magical summoning wand, but I suppose this will do.
No.
And Jackie actually takes out a card and hands it to Franklin.
Genevieve produces a business card as well and flicks it towards Franklin. If you want to find meal in the South Side, check out Phoenix. I think it's on there. I can't remember if I got my cards updated.
I'm ever on the south side. I know where to go.
I suppose my services may not be of as much use to you as others, but once my funeral home is up and running, should you need
No.
disposal.
With that cadence, I thought you were in charge of a comedy club.
Oh, he's very funny. Genevieve goes over and puts her arm around Nicholas's shoulder. Isn't that right, buddy? I'm going to throw you for that fucking window still.
He really kills him at the club.
Well, I work nights, but my boss is hot and forgiving, so I'm sure she'll let me, Right, Jax?
And this is my establishment of where I'm here on many evenings. You're welcome anytime.
It is appreciated. I want to let Tracy know, Miss Graves, just how civil we have all been to each other.
Please give her our regards.
Yes, please.
Please do.
And again, a heartfelt thanks for this. I know that you all have much more time to play with, but I think speed is of the essence here.
Don't worry, it'll be done.
With that, I will shake everybody's hand in turn and then walk out.
And once you depart, again, so you're aware, no sign of Samantha outside, no use of magic outside his shop. And you head off into the night. First of all, I'd like to thank our guest, Ravnos Archon, the Ravnos Archon, as he introduced himself, who has returned as Franklin. I'm sure we're going to see him again. And with Franklin gone, this coterie is now in Roscoe's shop. I turn the scene back over to the players so they can discuss the events that just happened.
I'm certainly glad he is not like the other mages we've seen.
Yes, he seems to be a great deal more, what's that word? Oh, civilized.
And I'm glad he's not an asshole,
Yeah.
but he wants us to find the other two assholes.
I don't mind giving them up so much because they deserve it.
And we have to give them to the prince.
Well, we don't. We can tell them we sussed out who did it and killed them.
I was
Same.
going to say it seems to be more in our wheelhouse to not turn things
Ask
back
for
alive.
forgiveness rather than permission?
Is not to try and save him per se, but is Balthazar a worthy trade-in to the prince instead? Or is that causing us more trouble?
I'm not sure.
I don't think he'll be captured.
No.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I've got no problem with that. I was just saying,
Oh,
We might try and tell him that he needs to go to the prince, but I doubt that he'll go peaceably. And he might just have to be put down.
Balthazar used to be sheriff under Loden. He was replaced with Damien. And he's been pissed off about it ever since, and he's gone anarch.
they just let anybody in, don't they?
Oh, yes.
Sounds like a sore loser.
Minus the sore.
Roscoe, can you track him?
Who, Balthazar?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
You've
I
seen
can.
his face.
Right. Uncomfortably close, yes.
You know about the area that you went through that triggered him.
Right. Yeah. It's possible. Now I have a reason to go back.
Yes. Well, do we wish to do this now?
It couldn't hurt to at least start looking. How does everyone else's night look so far?
Let me check. I'm good. Let's go.
With a Luke out of the picture, I'm telling you, my schedule's opened up.
You know me, I'm always just dying to be useful.
That was actually pretty funny, Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Broken clock, I suppose.
Well, let's give it a shot.
So you're going to invoke your ritual. The first thing you've got to roll, of course, is intelligence plus blood sorcery. That is your first roll, as you're going to illuminate the trail of prey.
And I will willpower that.
Okay. Yeah, 5 successes. So your next roll, of course, after doing that one, let's see, it's a level 2 ritual, so that gives you a 2 margin. You're going to roll intelligence plus survival. And then, of course, afterwards, you'll have to do your rouse check.
And of course, your specialty applies.
Yep.
Can I willpower that one?
Yes, you can. Because you're going to need to. 6 successes, that is enough.
Well,
That's No, that's
crit.
actually
A messy
4,
crit.
5, 6, 7, 8 successes with a messy crit.
But the messy crit makes it last an extra day
Mm-hmm.
because it's a crit. So you take this ribbon out, and everyone just kind of stands around and watches you for about 10 minutes as you dunk it in blood and concentrate. And when you light it, it catches fire and burns. Now you just have to find somewhere he's been in the past 24 hours, but it actually lasts for 2 days. So if you don't find him tonight, you still have another whole day to look for him.
Okay. So we'll just jump in the car and head down to where I was.
Yeah, you just tell Etienne where to navigate to.
Right.
So you all pile up in the vehicle, and you actually head over to the east side is where you're heading. And the place you're heading to that you knew of was where Allison lived. And as you go and drive through that neighborhood area, you don't see a chain outside his place. No trail from there. But if he's an Anarch, there's other places you can check.
Let's head towards the pit.
Okay.
As you move through, you catch his trail about 4 blocks from the pit. Comes up out of an alley. It seems to be heading towards the pit. And as you follow this trail from this point, it does lead right to the pit. And you do not see any exit from there. So unless he's found another exit that doesn't involve the street level, he is in the pit right now. Wits awareness for everybody in the car.
Instinct supply?
Yeah, sure.
Concealed objects.
Yeah, you can do that too. Why not? Give you all the fun rolls. Dice go every which way. Okay, let me sort all these rolls out.
I got 4.
4,
I got 6 with a crit.
6 with a crit,
Yeah,
5 you got there.
somebody cursed me tonight.
Yeah,
Hmm.
6 with a crit.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
You're right.
I'm gonna willpower.
You can willpower your 1. Sounds like a good plan to me. An awful lot of willpower dice. You only get to re-roll 3 dice there, Lamar, not all of them. For the willpower. But either way, you're not going to have enough to notice it. Nicholas does. Off of a radio tower that's on the top of, looks like nearby is a little shitty AM, FM, or AM radio station. But off top of the tower, you catch a brief glimpse of glass or something reflecting moonlight. How you guess with that many successes with the crit? The lens of a scope watching the building?
I'm trying to remember, has Ginny ever brought up McTavish to the group? Specifically, like what he's known for?
Jackie said he shot Tyrus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it came up when we had the meeting, so.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard, in your time here already, I'm sure you've heard rumors about the ghost.
I do indeed believe we may be in the presence of Mr. McTavish.
Oh, shit. 2 birds, 1 stone?
Where's
Where's
We
he at?
cannot go into the pit and drag Balthazar out.
It's on top of the tower. And Nicholas, like from the car, will make, without using hand signals, he'll just try and describe where he saw the hint of glass
You
in
can see
case
the
they can
radio
be seen
tower.
in the car.
Everyone can see it. It's a radio transmitter tower from a little shitty AM station.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see him?
Nope. But Nicholas said he saw the glint up there, so.
And Nicholas will keep like looking at it, like in that direction.
Genevieve's gonna activate Eyes of the Beast and look up there. Does she see anything in the dark?
As you turn on Eyes of the Beast and you can see as clear as day, when you look up that direction, you don't see anything that looks like a person up there, though there is an odd shape of maybe a blanket or something obscuring things up there deliberately.
Yeah, there's something up there. I mean, I would love to climb the radio tower and go say hello, but I know that's not our job right now.
I mean,
If you could make him visible, I could bleed him out from here.
or I could try to go shoot him down.
He already
Oh.
has eyes on us.
Oh.
Yes, I
Look.
imagine he knew where we were long before.
He knows my car. He's seen me here before.
Yeah. So say the word.
We're still.
and we'll-
I think we're still moving. We haven't
say-
actually stopped.
No, you're still pulling up to the parking lot when you saw it.
Yeah.
if you say the word, I will duck out and go and make myself unseen, and I could sneak up there probably. Have my tricks. I'm just saying. But that's I want to leave that up to the group. I don't want to do something that's going to make us look really bad if you guys don't want me to do it. So
I worry about there being an incident.
oh, there'll definitely be an incident.
No. Talking about. I don't fucking care with McTavish.
Oh.
If Balthazar is in there with Anita, Ma Davis, other anarchs, it will be a fucking incident.
We can. Could wait for tomorrow evening. I know where he is. I know where to start looking for him.
That may be the better idea. But it's good to know. He was on top of that building last time, and now he's on the radio tower. He probably has various little places in proximity around here that he likes to hang out. McTavish, that is. He is a sniper. Okay, well, let's decide to track him down. Let's go look at where that was in the alley,
Okay.
where you got your start from.
So you
Right.
double have Etienne go back the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go back the other way, you come up to the alley, and you see that the trail goes deep into the alley.
Is the alley drivable?
No, well, if you moved all the trash cans and the boxes and the people out of there, sure.
Okay,
But you could walk it.
let's go for a walk.
All right. Let's go.
Etienne looks at you, ma'am, you want me to stay with the car? This isn't exactly
Please.
where we wanted to.
Shouldn't even be a question.
Yes, ma'am. And you all get out of the car and move through this alley. And as you go through the alley, of course, there's a lot of trash boxes. A couple homeless people kind of slumped. One of them, as you're approaching, y'all got any money? I'm a vet. Get money.
Yeah, Genevieve throws like $100 at him, says, "Get lost."
He takes it. And oddly enough, he doesn't say anything. He just pockets it, gets up, and just shuffles away.
I'd like to be using Sense the Unseen while we're going
Okay,
down
then
here.
you can roll resolve all specs. As you're walking deeper in this alley, and I'm going off the earlier wits awareness, Nicholas, there was something odd about the man that just took that 100 and scrambled out of the alley. For a second there, you caught a glimpse of a piercing blue eye that looked at you.
Who did?
Nicholas did, from that man as he took the 100 and shuffled away.
I'm going to look around. Do I get any kind of... I'm going to throw on Oblivion Sight.
Okay. And everything goes as clear as day as you look around. And it just makes the trash and the garbage look even more clear. There's no spirits here in this alley, but then again, not many spirits hang out in alleys.
I was going to say it's Chicago. I imagine there's probably at least several dozen that have died here at some point.
Yeah, but they tend to congregate safer places because the maelstrom still surges and flows, the sixth great maelstrom. So there's not as many on the street because there's a lot of times it's unsafe to be on the streets. Got to catch it between the waves of the sixth great maelstrom that still flows through.
I do, erring on the side of caution, I do believe that gentleman was a lookout. Best be careful going further.
I want to see where it came from.
Okay.
And as you go further in, you come up to a building. It's abandoned, doors off its hinges. And when you take a peek inside, you see that the path goes down into the basement.
Looks like the trail heads down into the basement.
Going down to the basement.
As you head down and push through the trash that's piled up everywhere and down into the basement section, you find someone has busted out the floor in this building. You can smell the sewer coming up through the hole in the floor. And that is where the path leads, down into the sewers.
No, sewers and not Undercity, right?
Right. Well, you got to go through the sewers before you can find the Undercity.
Okay.
Mar draws his gun.
We don't have any toreadors of Chrissy by getting their boots dirty in the sewer, so let's follow it.
So are you all going to go into the sewer together?
Yeah, I'll keep Oblivion Sight on.
I am going to.
Here, let Brad finish.
Sorry.
No. He'll keep it on. And Nicholas will go down in the sewer because it's probably not the worst thing he's ever smelled. And yeah, he'll go in. If anyone else is going in, Nicholas is going, but he'll keep that up, looking around.
Jackie's actually going to stay behind
Okay.
to keep watch.
Jenny's gonna turn to Jackie. Do you want me to stay with you, or do you want me to protect the boys?
Actually, it might be better if you head down there because now's not the time to. I would hate to admit that I actually can't see in the dark like that.
Oh, no problem. Genevieve still has Eyes of the Beast on. So she's going to she'll head down into the hole.
Okay, so Jackie and Lamar will stay where they can see, and the rest go in the hole. Now, I have to ask, those of you who are going in the sewer, how far away from this building are you willing to walk to follow this path?
I will go as far as everyone else does. And I am also going to throw on tough.
Okay, go ahead and rouse for that. And you get hungrier. And your beast actually speaks to you. You're being hunted by something ancient. What better place to go than the dark? Weren't you once told, step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. And this is odd for you because your beast has normally not been that way. It's recently not acting normal.
Almost like I have cursed objects or something. Yeah, like in his head, Nicholas is more just, from darkness we came and darkness will return.
So again, I asked the question, how far are you willing to go following this trail?
Roscoe's with us, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
He's the only one that can see the path.
Well, yeah, I know. I was just making sure he wasn't, since he can't see in the dark as far as I know. This is why I was asking. Genevieve just turns around. She's like, Roscoe, hold on to Nicholas so that you don't fall down or something. We're going to start walking, and just tell me if it turns in a weird direction. We'll go for a minute or two, see what happens. So
Okay. All right.
As you're walking through the water, you hope it's water, it's not. Washing up over your feet, sounds of rats in the distance, though none seem to be approaching where you are. You move further and further, and the water starts dripping even more noise coming from it. As you move further away, you figure you've covered a block. It's hard to tell because sewers, you're not in the main trunk yet, but you figure you're a block away and it still continues through this sewer. But there's a definite purpose to the movement because the line doesn't seem to hesitate. It doesn't seem to circle around like they stood and were deciding which way to go. They knew the path they were taking.
And is there enough of a straightaway that I can see that it continues for quite a way?
It takes you more than a block. You get about 2 blocks away before you hit one of the main feed lines, and it stretches in the distance on it because those are a lot straighter runs.
Okay, but it looks like it goes all the way as far as we
Yeah,
can
it
see.
seems to be heading to the east.
All right. Well, it looks like the trail continues east, but as far as I can see, it's someone who is making a determined trip through here. They weren't pausing or messing around or varying their path.
yeah, we can't follow this all the way across the city.
Yeah.
If that's, to be assumed where he started. So we should probably head back and make sure our let's make sure Jackie and Lamar are okay.
Okay.
And
Before we start, can I use any of my phones to get a GPS fix on where we are right at the moment?
you got a lot of stone and buildings above you, but it's the sewer, and they sent maintenance crews, so they have to put repeaters in for them. I will say your sat phone can't get the signal, but your regular phone, it's a weak one, but it's not a very accurate GPS location because it's actually using the cell phone towers to figure out where you are, not satellite, because it can't see a satellite, but you can get a general location.
Okay, that's good enough.
Okay. Now, Jackie and Lamar, please give me wits awareness while you're waiting above in that building.
Absolutely, and I'm trying to wait in like a corner somewhere where they wouldn't see as soon as they walk in.
Got it. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Same with Silence of Death up and shadows.
Oh, you got the
Shadow
shadows
cloak.
around us?
Yes.
Yes! Getting
Now,
cozy in the shadows.
do you have the full Stygian shroud or just the cloak of shadows where you're just drawing the shadows tight to you?
Cloak of Shadows.
That works pretty well. Makes it more difficult to be seen for sure, even without having to take a rouse check, which is the use of it. 3 for Jackie so
Hang
far.
on, I'm
wits
going to
awareness.
willpower.
I said so far.
I'm sorry, it was Wits Awareness, you said?
That is 4, 5, 6, 7 with a crit.
7 with a crit.
Messy crit, but
Yeah,
I'm going
but
to
that
rouse for the surge.
don't matter as much a messy crit. And Lamar gets hungrier.
I roused for toughness because I know what's coming.
And Lamar, beast in your head. What beast? Its hour come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born.
That would be me.
It is the second coming. You will be purged in the fires of it. Your chance to repent is over. Can't you feel it in the air?
Didn't I tell you your God could kiss my ass?
It's not my God you should worry about. Don't you feel it? I do. Let's see. 4. That's pretty good.
I got 6 with a messy
6
crit.
with a messy
And
crit.
I did use my instinct specialty.
As you're standing there, waiting, there's something odd, Jackie. You've been trying to place it because the sewer smells like ass.
No, literally.
But you come to finally realize that there's also something else in the air. There's a smell of rotting corpses.
Is it up?
You can't really feel the real direction. You just get some whiffs of it, and it's not corpse because
It's
one
multiple.
one corpse wouldn't overpower the smell of that fucking sewer. Corpses.
She walks near the opening where the sewer is.
Okay.
And she just barely whispers, Lamar, stick with me. And she
Lamar
sniffs.
follows.
And she sniffs near the sewer. Does she smell more sewer than bodies
Oh, yeah.
near the sewer?
The sewer's there.
Okay, keep walking with me. And she's basically walking around to sniff where she smells the bodies more.
As you move around, you come to a section of the room that's full of trash, but you know it's stronger in that area. And with the rolls both you and Lamar have gotten, you notice that actually it looks like some cardboard has been skillfully piled up to block the building next door, along the shared wall. And when you move it some, you see there's an opening, and the smell really hits you from there.
The fuck?
I'm going to step in.
Now, you have to pull a flashlight to really see in this
Mhm.
area. When you pull your flashlight, you're stepping into a carnal house. There is blood everywhere. It's dried. Pieces of people all over the room.
The fuck is going on here?
Lamar tries to move some of the cardboard a bit to see, like, try to get an idea of the scope of how many bodies we're looking at, if possible.
Well, I mean, what are you going to count? Heads? Torsos? Pairs of arms?
They are all dismembered.
You notice there's your guess, if no major parts are missing, there is maybe 8 or 9 people. And as you're shining around and looking, you realize every single one of them have had all the skin removed from their face.
Son of a bitch. Those masks we were talking about, you think this is where they've been making them from and dumping the bodies?
Or Balthazar has a sick fucking fetish.
I really can't rule that one out either.
And she's just moving her flashlight around. She's actually going to take out her cell phone.
Okay.
Take some fucking pictures.
Okay. And as you're taking pictures, the rest of the group comes back out of the sewer. And you notice Jackie and Lamar aren't in the room, though you can see the flashing of her flashlight coming from another part of it's barely a reflection, but it's a bounce back. So you can see bits and pieces of it coming from another part of the basement as you all come out of the sewer opening.
You know, I'll head over towards the light just to see what it is. If it's Jackie and Lamar alone, or anyone else.
You
is in
find
there
the
with them.
same opening, and with the cardboard and everything moved, the smell is pretty overpowering. Now, I need 2 rolls from Nicholas. 1, I need a frenzy check. 2, I need you to roll intelligence and medical. And you can use your specialty for your medicine.
Let's do the problematic one first.
Okay. Very nice. 6 successes. So, for some reason, it smells good, but just it smells good to you. The decaying corpses.
Well, I mean, it is my preferred.
Yeah,
Eating
but this is
method.
beyond blood. This is rotted flesh. I don't think you normally get yours from rotted flesh, just coagulated blood normally. And then you can roll your medicine and intelligence.
Medicine. And you said I can use the.
You can use your specialty, yes.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Because they are cadavers. I will let you get that bonus.
First time I've gotten to use it.
5 successes. Very nice. You would put these bodies at about 2 weeks of rot in the wet, mildewy area as you step through into this room.
So I imagine, like, as soon as like Nicholas steps in and sees everything, it's it's almost a look of like childlike glee mixed with hunger, mixed with finally something that he's useful for.
And the blood is everywhere. I mean, it's on the ceiling, it's on the walls. It was not a quick kill. It was half of these people probably were dismembered, still alive.
Yeah, and I just imagine Nicholas just starts pointing everything out in almost Dexter-like fashion, where there's a little too much enthusiasm. Yeah, just everything that he got from his roles.
Are there any tools here that were used on these people?
No, but based on Nicholas's role, I will say I'm sure Nicholas is going to inspect the skinned faces.
So I want to look at the faces, but I also want to see if any of this is reminiscent of like specific funeral practices or anything that I'm aware of, even remotely related.
No, but your guess on how they were flayed, it wasn't a tool. It was almost, if you didn't know any better, but you're a kindred and you know it's possible,
Carved off with nails.
fingernails or large
Claws.
fingernails. Wouldn't even call claws, because claws normally leave a different kind of a mark, because claws are normally hooked, pointy things if you look at a claw. This was broad, shallow, not very sharp.
Like kind of like grabbed and peeled.
Mm-hmm.
What would I need to roll? He's gonna start like investigating these things, because it's absolutely something that he would, because I mean, I've got a natural death for investigation, which something tells me this wasn't natural.
Go with that one. That's a good one. You want to use wits or intelligence?
It's the exact same thing for me.
Okay.
So then I'm going to do +1, and we'll do the natural death investigation. 5 with a crit.
5 with a crit.
A messy
But
crit.
a messy crit. Let's see what we shall do with a messy crit. Well, good. You've got to keep studying this. You don't have a choice. Your compulsion has kicked in. Now you're obsessed with finding out everything you can about these bodies. And I guess that's obvious to everybody that Nick has gone
Full obsession mode.
full obsession as he's moving and walking through and checking.
What
As
do
you-
you see?
As you're moving around, Nicholas, you realize this was definitely done here, but you don't think it was all done at the same exact time. You catch scratch marks on the stairs leading down to this area, blood in different places, dribbled blood on the stairs where there's not as much blood. It looks like they brought people down here in multiple groups. Some of them already injured or bleeding, and then were taken apart here.
This was the location where the important part was done.
There's stairs in this room?
Yeah, it leads up to the main floor. It's another abandoned building. You're in a whole section of abandoned buildings around here.
But this was not done at once. This was a period of time. This is a place of safety for them.
Not anymore. Jackie walks up the stairs.
And you step up the stairs onto another empty main area. It looks like this might have been an office building or maybe a shop of some kind, but
Any tools up here?
no. Anything of value has already been stolen and pawned or scrapped.
There's nothing up here.
Just
Nicholas-
trash.
Nicholas would have made sure to point out that he doesn't think it was done with tools, that he thinks it was done by hand.
The only thing you do find up here that seems odd compared to all just junk, you do find a few broken zip ties.
Have the body's been there too long to notice if the zip ties are used to bind them?
Do any of the bodies have like zip tie marks on their wrists?
Well, if Jackie
Well-
tells you she finds zip ties, then I will let you
She's
check.
going to come back downstairs and says, I found zip ties up there.
And you look at some of the bodies, it's hard to tell due to the state of decomposition, but some of them seem to have wounds consistent with struggling against zip ties to the point of carving channels in their wrists.
Yes,
All
they
right.
were bound before being brought down here for whatever the final intent was.
All right. Let's vacate the scene. I'm going to call my police contact.
Nicholas is going to sort of half paying attention, and he is taking as many pictures of this as he can. Like he wants to
Okay,
put this away in his mind palace.
Nicholas, come on. I have more photos as well. I'll give them to you.
Do we have, just before we leave, do we have just a moment? for me
They're not
to,
going anywhere.
Well, I mean,
I will wait if you need to do something. The zip ties are up on the second floor if you wish to touch them.
I think it's the room itself. I'm going to try.
Oh,
He can do a location.
Nicholas uses that opportunity to sort of halfway pull away from Jackie and go right back to looking.
Okay. So you're going to do a rouse check, and then you're going to get to roll intelligence all specs, Roscoe. You did not get hungrier. And let's see what you get for your intelligence all specs as you investigate and look into what's left behind here. 4 successes, not bad. You going to go with that one?
I'm getting kind of low on willpower, but
I mean, you can go with that one.
no, I will try it. I will.
You know, push the willpower. Why not?
Yeah.
And that bumps it to 5. As you look back and you dive back into when this occurred. And it's kind of an odd thing you're feeling, what you're seeing. You see, it's hard, it's a jumble because it's a mass of emotion, pain, terror. But the only thing that really grabs you at the scene of this is you catch a glimpse of the ones doing it. And that would only be because of the sheer number of people who were killed here that each saw their killers. And their killers shadowed, it's too dark for them, the people who've been murdered to see, but you clearly catch someone with the face of a gargoyle, but it's a mask of some kind. And you know there was talk of provisioning the newest followers.
Well, among the kind of pervasive terror and pain, some of the people did get to see who the killers were. They had faces that looked like gargoyles. And there was talk of provisioning for the new followers. Does that, any of that make any sense?
yes. The withered ones.
That's who did this.
Growing their numbers.
Jackie steps out and places a call.
Okay?
2 questions real quick.
Go ahead.
With Oblivion Side up, is there any spirits lingering around specifically in the room where the slaughter happened?
No, there's not. In the shroud here, you can see it even with Oblivion sight. Because of what occurred, even your Oblivion sight seems to be peeking more into the spirit realm than it is the mortal world here. You don't see it often that it happens that way, and it's always at a site
Where there was a lot of death in a very...
short period of time and a lot of emotion tied to it.
this was violent and this was quick. And then second question, would, because now having some sort of tie together with it being related to the withered ones, does that fulfill the
Yes.
Okay.
You have a source of it. And Jackie, who are you calling? Your police?
No, she's calling Cedric.
Okay. And you actually get his receptionist at that number because that's at his office?
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is Jacqueline De Ronde.
Oh. Hold on one second, please.
Thank you.
And then you hear the phone ring again and yeah.
I need to speak with you urgently.
Sure. You can come to my office. I'm in the office tonight.
Excellent. I'll be there as soon as possible.
Gotcha. I'll let the receptionist know. And you hang up as
Yeah.
as he's saying that.
She's going to talk to him before she calls her police contact.
Okay. And now, after you're done peeking in there, what is the coterie doing?
Let's get the hell out of here.
Once Nicholas sort of gets the sort of mental release of solving the puzzle, he's a little more willing to leave without having to be dragged.
Okay.
Should we cover the whole back up with the Genevieve's notices that kicked over cardboard?
Yes,
Yes,
best
please.
to make this look as similar as to the way we found it.
All right. Genevieve starts piling some of the cardboard back. She doesn't know what it looked like before, but she's going to try her best.
Not that anyone knew what it looked like before other than Jackie and Lamar. Wouldn't be able to tell anyway. It's just garbage. You pile it back up, move some of the old rotted... The homeless haven't stole these boxes because, well, they're all mildew and rot. You pile them all up in front of it. The coterie, I believe, now sets out... Yes, Ross, or Nicholas.
I got to figure out which one it is. But I want to use, because I'm trying to remember if it is the lore sheet that I have specifically, or I think it's the Ars Moriendi. But specifically covering their tracks in here, so they don't necessarily are able to tell that we were here.
Okay, got it.
If that
Me
makes
too.
sense.
Ars
It's just
Moriendi is, nope, that's the one you make the corpse disappear.
no, because then
Lore
it might
sheet.
be
It's either, is it the Descendants or the Harbingers? There's your question.
because it's specifically it's wanting to cover up the specific, because the Roger de Camden one is the one he has is specifically that
The gold
Oh.
mask gives you the equivalent of 4 dots of influence when you try to cover up a death.
yeah, and it's not so much that I'm trying to cover up the deaths immediately. It's very specifically sort of with his understanding of bodies and whatnot. Like he's very careful about sort of like walking the way he came back, but trying to hide like their footprints because there's blood all over the place.
Yeah, it was all dried, so you don't have to worry about leaving dried footprints in there. As you
Okay.
come back out, of course, none of you have shot any guns or anything that would give you oil all over your fingers to give you fingerprints, because Kindred don't naturally have oil for fingerprints. So as you're tracing back out, you don't see anything. The only thing that comes to mind is somebody was given a $100 bill who scuttled out of the alleyway that saw you all heading towards that building.
And then as soon as he comes back out, he's going to mention very specifically to everybody that the person that was watching them when they came in had one blue eye that he saw.
Fuck.
So many fucking people we could have killed tonight right here in a short period of time. Genevieve's actually like taking off her shoes because she's not gonna fucking wear these shit covered shoes into Jackie's car. Sorry, Jackie. Do you have a bag or something? I don't want to.
Etienne hits a button. There's some trash bags and stuff in the trunk. Just put them in there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, Nicholas will strip down to his underwear, throw his clothes in the bag, and then just sit in the car in his underwear.
Genevieve, what size do you wear?
8s, I think it is. They
Look
always
in the
change
trunk there.
sizes.
There's a shoebox. You can wear those. And they are Louboutins.
Thank you.
Etienne doesn't even bat an eye at Nicholas in his underwear. Doesn't even bat an eye. That doesn't flap Etienne.
I just imagine Nicholas may have gotten a little too close to some of the bodies, so he's probably got some schmutz on him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Roscoe didn't, but he will take his shoes off.
And you place them in a bag too. You all drive off into the night after all this. Do you need to have one more scene before break to talk about the events in that building, or are we going to go to break now?
I am going to go speak with Cedric.
Right? And that would
no,
be...
she's telling...
Okay. Yeah, then I'm giving you a scene. There you go.
I am going to go speak with Cedric once I drop you all off. I want to speak with him before I get the police involved in this.
Okay.
Good idea.
I was hopeful it was fucking Balthazar doing it. Because then I would have walked right into the fucking pit and shown it to Anita.
Do you wish to do this on your own?
Yes, I can handle this with Cedric on my own. Give me the phone that you took pictures with, please.
Nicholas will hand it over. It's the sad phone, so.
Okay, I will give it back to you.
That's right. Nicholas isn't putting up anywhere near as much of a fight now as he was. It's clear the fervor sort of passed over him for now.
Because I want every fucking picture. And I will give the phone and your photos back to you, as well as the ones I took.
I'm gonna reach out to Nick and let him know to be careful.
Yeah, meet with him as soon as you can.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Do you think you should tell Anita about it? Or do you think this is done with her knowledge?
I'm not certain. That's why I want to talk to Cedric first. He is going to owe us so big time for helping him with this.
And so as Jackie goes to return you to Roscoe's shop so that she can go speak with Cedric, right here, everybody, we're going to go to break. We will be back in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break, everybody.
Introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? Call me Blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful. political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, brick me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. That sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, deeply beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, deeply youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Elizabeth Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in the words of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Before the break, the coterie got to finally meet Franklin. And he gave them something he wanted them to look into, that they did a search that night, being very proactive in working on it, but they found a lot more than they expected on that one, and a lot more than what they were asked to look for. As we open up this next day, Jackie has already met with Cedric. And Jackie is actually en route to a different building than the last time. It's actually on the west side of Chicago, right before it gets into the more suburbs.
And just so you are aware, Nicholas, she had Etienne deliver your things back to you during the day.
As you're heading to this office building to meet with Dawn. And when you pull up out front of the building, you see her, almost a tour bus parked out front.
All right, I'll be back.
Yes, ma'am. I will watch the car.
She walks in and she has a diplomatic case.
And as you go into the building, you'll notice on the first floor of it, it's a not going to say it's an office building, but it's close. It's got a number of small business front ends that aren't selling things. It's administrative stuff. But you've been told to go up to the second floor and go to the office 202. And when you get to the door, there's no sign, there's no nothing on it.
I rap on the door.
Come on in.
I open it.
And when you step into the room, there's just a desk with a chair. And Dawn's actually sitting in the chair, rock stiff, just
Closes the door behind her. Puts the case on the desk. I need that to be delivered to Justic Paw.
I will.
Thank you.
I assume you wanted to meet about more than this?
Of course. You said you had something you needed me to do, and I was wondering if you were ready to task that.
Yes. And she reaches over to the drawer beside her, pulls it open, and pulls out, it's a small, intricately carved silver mirror. Definitely an antique. I want you to get Nero to look into this mirror and then return the mirror to me.
All right. What does it do?
Will show me some things about him. But he must look into it.
All right.
How you get him to look in is not my concern. You can consider this in some ways a test of your abilities for future considerations.
Oh, I see. I will see that it is done.
And if you cannot get him to look into it, you will return the mirror to me.
Of course.
It is rather priceless.
I imagine it is.
Now, is there anything else you wish to discuss?
Not at this time. I'm kind of busy dealing with various cult activities in the city.
Well, then I would like to know why Felicity has shown up with Arjun Shaw as a kindred.
I'm sorry, that is a cult of Mithras matter.
She was my contact in the Second Inquisition.
I'm sure she wasn't your only one.
No, but you have caused several problems with my calculations.
I guess computers are not infallible.
No. Please be aware that Justikar Parr may look favorably upon you. But I am your contact here.
I understand. You were not my first, and if need be, you will not be my last.
Do not interfere with my calculations in the future. Am I clear?
Crystal.
Thank you. Now, that being said, on a positive note, her removal has caused the Second Inquisition quite a bit of informational issues.
Of course it has, as was intended.
The death of Nora Greywall caused them even more concern. I have found out some very interesting information about him due to this concern. Do you know the Second Inquisition has found a way to create kindred?
Oh, I figured as much, considering he was their operative.
He is a thin blood, so they do not know how to make real kindred. But he is their creation.
Of course, they've captured enough of our kind to probably take our vitae from us and use it.
That makes the thin bloods a bigger problem
Indeed.
than many assume.
Indeed. How many of them work for them?
Exactly. Is something I suggest you be aware of. Be careful if you associate with any.
Of course.
They do not have the loyalty to their own kind like the rest of us.
Of course.
Good. Well, if you have nothing further,
Not at this time. I may have something soon, but not at this time.
very good. You can see yourself out.
And she turns and walks.
And as you go to walk from the building, you do notice that he wasn't in the hallway when you went in, but he's in the hallway, leaning against the wall when you come out, her driver.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of nods at you.
And she just looks at him and goes down the stairs.
And as you head out front, Etienne's standing outside the car to let you in. And when you get inside and he sits down, he looks back in the window. Went that bad?
Oh, I don't care. She can be pissed all she wants. I don't report to her.
Yeah, I can see you kind of got that edge. I've been with you too long not to catch in on it. Yeah, she's a problem.
She is. And she's going to be the next Justica, and I'm not working for that bitch.
You know, I know it's an old trope, it's a thing, but they just don't make Archons like they used to, do they?
Not at all.
Yeah. Okay, well, where are we going?
Take me to my cabaret.
Yes, ma'am. Let's go check in on it and see how it's doing. And as you head back towards the city, we're flashing over to Lamar. Lamar, you left a message with Nick's answering service. And where did you ask him to meet you?
Decided to have him meet me near the boxing gym over on the south side.
Okay, and when you get there, of course, you know this area, and it's not long before you see totally average, plain-looking man walking up to you. And you know when your eyes can barely remember what you're looking at, you know what that means. It's not, well, it's somebody hiding behind something.
Good evening.
Hey, how you doing, Lamar? Said you
All
got
right.
something for me, huh?
Yeah, well, a couple things. Jackie would like to talk to you at your earliest convenience. I think she wants to hire you for a job.
You know, I got that swagger. I understand it. I know why. Either that or she's wanting to go on a date with Rocky. He seems to steal all the women from me.
You know, I'll let you guys all fight that out. Just leave some for the rest of us.
He says,
want for me what you want for yourself.
He says, when you're the top gun, you get the chicks. And I'm still not sure if he's saying that I'm the bottom gun on that one then, and I don't like the sound of, that's okay. It's Rocky.
Just tell him he needs to watch or he's on his way to the danger zone. I saw that one. Anyway, there's the other part of this. You and your guys need to be careful in the sewers. Something bad's going on out there, man, and I do not want to see anything bad happen to you. You guys are under attack. You're being hunted.
It's funny you mention that. Where?
Now, the first time I saw some of these guys was over on the west side. But recently, me and my people, we stumbled upon a building with dead bodies. Not just dead bodies, but dead bodies with the faces carved off. because these guys like to wear masks made out of human skin.
You remember back when we first kind of talked after the whole, kidnapping you and taking you to see Shithead.
Yeah.
Told you there's a number of communities under there, and I mean, I got my brood, but we all keep in touch and keep an eye on each other. And a few of them have gone silent in the south side. Not my brood, but we've lost some.
Damn. All right.
So far, it's been small groups. Broods ahead 2 or 3. Wow. You've met 3 of my brood. We're a little bit bigger than that. We don't have that particular. If they stick to small ones, we're not worried yet. But it's still an issue. It's a concern. Because they're taking them in the sewers, in the Undercity, where traditionally we feel safe. It's our territory. Who's doing it?
The way, from what I'm hearing, they're called the Withered Ones. Now look, maybe I know you're not much of a joiner group person, but in this case, maybe you need to communicate with this guy Cedric. He's the prime agent for the Nosferatu in this town, and go to him, tell him what you've seen, tell him what's going on. And I mean, I'm not saying you need protection, but the more of you that know what's going on, maybe they'll keep you guys safe. I do not want to see anything happen to you and your people because no one wanted to share information.
I know Cedric. I've done a few contracts for him here and there. He knew something more about this?
He does.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him. Him and I pretty much keep things on a transactional basis, but maybe we can find a good transaction and share some info.
Do it soon, man. Just do it soon.
Yeah, we will. I'll go over and see him later tonight.
Perfect. And then in the meantime, I'll get with Jackie and let you know when she's ready. When she's ready to see you about what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you bringing it up because I'm not aware that you all know what goes on under there that often. Considering we don't let non-NOS hang out down there that often.
No, I get it. And I found out about some of this completely by accident because I happened to see these guys throwing down with one of the guys I was telling you to look for, one of the shepherds. Yeah, and they were throwing down. It went poorly for the guys on the shepherd side, and then the withered one went into the sewers. And then lately, it's just everywhere we go, sewers have been, someone's busting holes down to get into the sewers. So there's way more entrance points down there than there probably should be or than you guys are used to. Wow. So people are walking around down there on your turf.
Yeah, you know how it is about the sewers, though. It's between Prohibition, all the rum-running tunnels they set down there, and then the fires and everything else. There's like 3 different cities under there, if you know where you're going. We don't have enough numbers to watch them all. And some places are dangerous for us. But it's funny you mentioned about there's others you had me looking for, because I've heard rumors about them. Nobody's seen them directly. They just catch people skulking about that shouldn't be down there. Haven't run into any problems with them yet. But they're never going to the main areas. They're always sticking to less trafficked areas. What bothers me about that is how the fuck does anyone coming to the city know it's less traffic or not?
No, that means someone's giving them that information, maybe selling you guys down the river, so to speak. Because I know guys like what's his nuts. You heard of Balthazar?
Oh yeah, that fucking shithead.
Yeah. I've got on pretty good authority. He's another person slumming around down there that shouldn't be.
Yeah, he's always used sewers as shortcuts. Paranoid little fucker. Always worried about people coming to get him, so he uses the sewers quite a bit. As long as he stays away from downtown, generally he gets away with it. He's owed enough favors. I hate to say it. We try to not play politics down there, but you know, things are political even down under there. Favors owed from long ago. He's wrangled his way into being allowed to, as long as he stays away from core territories, he's allowed to wander the sewers, not the Undercity.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a resource. You guys got to bargain with it what you can.
And we got to accept it. I mean, each group claims their own turf, you know? You know gangs. We don't tell the others what they do. He's definitely not allowed in downtown, though. Came down a little hard on some people there that pissed off some of the bigger groups, I should say.
Yeah, that guy's a major league dickhead. If he gives y'all any trouble, say something. I know some people who would be happy to put him in his place.
The standing, let's just say the standing agreement is if he comes where he's not supposed to downtown, we deliver him to Winnetka. Winnetka has, he's the one who told the various groups under there that Balthazar is not wanted downtown in the sewers. I don't know what he did to him. I don't know what he did to piss off Winnetka, but we listen when Winnetka speaks like that. He doesn't do it often. And everyone knows you don't cross him.
No, you don't.
And politics. God damn it. That's why I'm independent and don't play it. I hate politics. But, you know, survival's more important.
Makes the wheels go round.
Yeah, I know. That's what I get for living around Chicago, right?
But hey, once this is all figured out, then we still got to do that. We got to hit up dinner. So.
Oh yeah, we'll do that one night. Well, in fact, we'll probably do that one night soon.
I like that idea.
Because, you know, I'm feeling a little restless and I'm feeling I need to get some shit out of my system. And I know a couple pricks. I know a couple Italian pricks that I just think need an ass whooping. And maybe a Portlow.
All right. Well, I'll let you get on with the rest of your night. I just want to make sure you were in the know. Don't want anybody, don't want Rocky or any of the guys suddenly not coming back. I think that would really upset Jackie.
Yeah, I'll pass it. We're going to pass it on to the other groups down there that they might want to draw in ranks. And much as some of them hate to do it, might want to gather nearby each other for support.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to say this was a great meeting, but you kind of fill me with some dread here, man. This ain't the best things, but better to know it, right?
Yeah. Better to know than me, like, me call you and never get another response.
Well, now that we're tracking some of that movement down there of people who shouldn't be down there, I might have something for you about those other ones you had me looking at.
Great. Hit me up whenever.
If they're going to be around much longer, because they keep skulking like they are. The lesser traveled areas are lesser traveled for a reason. They are not places that I even want to go. Some of my brethren have reverted to, let's just say, least than reasonable individuals.
If you can, get the word to me and I'll come help out, because I have a vested interest in making sure those guys get the message that Chicago's off limits.
I'll let you know. Hell, if they keep fucking around, I may just find the bodies one night. Little fuckers down there that do shit like that. You know they like to leave the trophies out as warnings? They act like they're fucking... act like, you know, the damn primitive tribes you see in the movies where you end up with somebody's head on a spike outside their area as like a warning. They actually do that shit, man.
Some people, that's a challenge.
Yeah, I think that's why they do it. You know, we've always had a problem with ones that I don't think. But on the plus side, it breeds out the weak.
Yeah, but soon enough they'll run in the sewer system right under camp, fuck around and find out, and then it'll be all over for them.
Yeah, let Wineka find... No, let's be fair. Let Wineka find some Banu who are not supposed to be under there. I don't think it'll end well. He may not be Cedric with his rats. But in case you don't know, he's got a fucking army. And I happen to know from personal experience, he's got more kindred than people realize.
Well, if I wasn't worried about Wineka before, I'm worried about him now.
Yeah. He has been very good at recruiting disaffective kindred, or ones who feel wronged or slighted by others, and gathering them to him. I know he's not the one who wants to seize power, but if I were in power, I'd be worried.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, because there's a lot of those disaffected kindred feeling left out and feeling like they could get a better deal elsewhere or under someone else.
Since I like you, you know, business arrangement. Plus, he leans close. You know you can't resist me anyway. I'm going to give you a little secret about Wineka. Even as non-kindred, he's got a training camp that he uses to teach his kind how to kill kindred. They practice group coordinations on how to deal with somebody who moves faster than they are or is stronger than they are, so that they coordinate to take down ones who are supernatural. He claims it's a lupine tactic, and it might be true, but it doesn't just apply to them, does it?
No, it doesn't. And that, fuck. Just when I think, all right, I think I've reached the end of the book on the city's secrets, someone plops another fucking volume down on my desk.
Well, I figured since you gave me something to unsettle and scare me, I could give you something back to scare you a little. You know, keep us even. I am still nos a little bit. I gotta trade information like that, you know?
You know what? That's fair. But we both know it's the smile that does you in.
Yeah, it is. Don't tell Wineka you know, though.
Oh, no. I don't have any intention of seeing Wineka anytime in the near future, so.
That's a quick way to watch the sunrise over Lake Michigan.
Yeah, I'm more a fan of, nighttime long walks in the dark, 45s to the back of the skull.
Now, see, now you're
all
talking
that.
my language. I like that kind of talk. You coming on to me there, Lamar?
I don't know. Is it working?
I mean, I don't know, kind of hot to me. Don't let Rocky know. He'll be jealous. I mean, he says he's the top gun, you know.
I'm not looking for the top gun. I'm looking for the guy who knows how to shoot straight.
You know, there's so many jokes I could make on that one. It's not the size of the gun, it's whether you can hit the target, baby.
Now that I like.
Well, rather than keep going back and forth with this one, I don't want to start blushing out here. I think I'm going to go talk to Cedric.
Then you have a good rest of your night, and I will see you soon.
Will do. And thanks. And he turns and starts wandering away. And as he's wandering away, you notice the way he's walking. He's definitely got the swagger on tonight. He's walking like, he don't give a fuck. You've seen that walk. That's the walk of the people who are daring people to start anything. So he can, flex a bit. And now, as you head off, you'll probably be at some point you'll have to tell the coterie about what you've learned about Winnetka. But first, Jenny, when you woke up from your day's sleep, Evan was waiting for you as you woke up.
Yes, Evan?
You're not going to like this.
It's Chicago. What's to like?
There's a fire at your construction site for your hotel.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, no. Someone threw a whole shitload of fucking Molotovs. It got contained. Thankfully, the guards that are stationed there at night called it in pretty quick. It's not a lot of damage. Probably going to set you back about a week on getting it finished. Cost you a bit of money, too, but somebody went and set fire to that shit.
I don't care about the fucking money. I want ears to the ground. I want to know who fucking did it. And I want to know it in a couple nights. The sooner the better. You know what? If the information comes from you, Evan, I will personally make sure you get laid. Not by me, but somebody else.
You don't have to go for that, because I'll be honest here. An attack on you is an attack on me, too. And I don't like this shit.
Well, it's a chicken shit move, considering it happened in Ventru domain. And so either it's one of the high clan, no offense to your master, but it's one of the high clan throwing shit at me, or it's somebody else who wants to be a fucking asshole. And either way, I hope I get to punch the concrete floor beneath their fucking corpse.
That's the other part. You see? That's an insult to Fiorenza as well. I'll find him.
Well, don't get yourself hurt looking.
Oh, no, I'm going to spend money. As you say, not much you can't buy with enough money.
True. I will empty the war chest for this, because fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I've been trying to give Chicago a chance. I've been trying to act like this place doesn't smell like a fucking shithole. Fucking hate Chicago. And they are going to pull this shit on me? Fuck this city.
Yeah, I didn't even think we made any enemies yet. Not like that.
Shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is all the people who know anything about me are all extremely connected and extremely powerful. So either it's someone who's dumb or it's someone who's connected, and either way, we're going to find out. When we find out,
I'll put the word out.
appreciate you, Evan.
Yeah, we'll throw some money around. Somebody will talk. Somebody saw something. Somebody had to see something. And if enough money's thrown, no matter how scared they are, if people spread it around the underground, that if we find some stuff that bears true, they won't have to worry about repercussions, because they can buy a new life. I'm pretty sure we'll find what we need.
send Tasha in once. I need like 10 minutes, but send Tasha to me.
Okay. She's downstairs. I'll go get her. And he steps out of the room. And it's about 10 minutes later before Tasha. You want to see me, Jenny?
Yes. Genevieve gives Tasha a envelope that is stuffed with cash, and there's an address on the front of it. Is the address for cannot remember her name right now. The hound, the Nosferatu hound.
Gabrielle.
Yes, Gabriella. I want you to go here. I want you to offer this money to the kind woman named Gabriella. And I want her, if she's capable, I want her to try and pull the CCTV cameras from other buildings around my construction site in the loop.
Got it.
And also tell her if she wants something else in return, I will gladly pay.
Okay. I'll go do that now.
Thank you, Tasha.
And she grabs the envelope, folds it in half, sticks it in her inside her jacket she's wearing because she's gotten pockets added in. And you see her button the pocket to make it so it can't be pickpocketed out, because she's grown up in places where that happens as she heads out the door. And Evan comes back in a few minutes later. You got anything else for me tonight, or you want me to go hit the bricks?
Start looking. I'll if I need to go somewhere, I'll drive myself.
Gotcha. And he heads out in the backup car, because you've got multiple cars. It's not like you only have one. And sets out on his way. Now, is Jenny doing anything else before we move to the next scene, or you got something you want to do?
She's going to contact Frank real fast.
Okay.
And let him know that she needs a security company to put in extra security cameras at Phoenix. And also, if they can, she wants them to be placed discreetly in other locations around Phoenix as well that are not on Phoenix property, so she has views of the building from like other angles.
Jenny, how legal we want to go with this one?
I don't need it to be legal. I just need it done. And the price doesn't matter right now.
I can use that some of those people we've used before.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go in dressed as repairmen, phone company employees, and put cameras places.
I will also, if I need to, I will smooth things over with the alderwoman. She has good connection. I have a good connection rapport with her. So I'll make sure that if something comes up, she and I will present a united front. So
it just costs money. That's all. You just got to spread the right money around, and people generally won't ask questions.
Exactly.
Okay. I can do that. I don't want to know why. Don't need to know. I'll just get the security in place. You want physical security increased as well?
No. No, actually, you know what? I don't want physical security increased, but start spreading around some cash to some of the local gangs in the area. Just a little bit. Let them know that I might be in the market for some information gathering in the future.
Got it. It'll also help. I mean, I saw the report already. I've already got the insurance company involved in the fire. It'll also help them if they think that money's going to keep coming their way. They'll try to make sure nothing happens in the areas that they're in.
Exactly. So I appreciate you understanding, Frank. Thank you for getting the ball rolling on that.
Yeah, and I'm already taking care of the insurance company on the fire. Arson is covered under our policy.
Of course it is. And we'll make sure that we're going to get our payment in full from them and elsewhere. So we'll get satisfied multiple ways. This is great. This is wonderful.
Yeah. I'm just glad it was where it was. If it happened down in like Phoenix, that's a bit further from the fire department. They're not as quick to respond as they are in, hoity-toityville up there inside what they call the loop.
Yeah. Do you know what? That reminds me, I'm going to work on that. That's another project. You don't need to worry about that right now though, Frank.
Gotcha. I'll get in on this and start spreading the money around. I'll get that right after I get the security companies in there and get some people to run the cameras.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Frank.
Hey, we're making money. Got to spend money to make money, right? And if the
Yep, we
business
gotta-
don't open, we don't make money.
Yeah, and we have to spend money to protect our money. So
That's right. And he gets off the line because he's always businesslike. You've given him marching orders. He's going to take them and go with them. And now, wow, we're flashing to Nicholas because you've actually arranged a meeting with Prince Jackson of all people. He does owe you a favor. So when you reach out to the Seneschal to meet with the prince, the Seneschal's been told to make sure you get an appointment booked. And it is, once again, at his favorite place, it seems, at the Museum of Art, Chicago Museum of Art again. And when you arrive, there's a number of Damien's hounds, all of them you recognize, are doing security at the place. And as you're coming in, actually, you get there right as Ballard is leaving. Ballard seems to be in a bad mood by the look on his face. But he
Nicholas
don't
will
even
make a mental note, but won't.
Yeah, he don't
say
even
anything.
acknowledge you as he waddles his ass out of the building. And as you come in, Damien's hound, Bobby, is, yeah, you're next on the list. Okay, you're just in time, too. I figured Ballard'd take another 10 minutes, that fat fucker. Prince is over down there.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And as you go into where the direction you've been pointed, you come into a large gallery where, again, Prince Jackson is standing in front of a picture of a battle that happened here. Right here on the shores of Lake Michigan many years ago. Battle that was historically significant, but he has his back to you when you first walk in, and then he turns around. Nicholas, what can I do for you tonight? You wanted a meeting.
I appreciate you taking the time from your busy schedule, Prince.
Well, this is a night I'm holding audiences, so it works. What,
I believe I apologize.
what can I do for you?
I believe I have occasion to call in the favor that was offered.
That favor still stands. What would you like?
Some years ago, there was an incident at the cave.
Yes, there was.
There, I imagine, due to the nature of the incident, materials were confiscated and or destroyed.
Yes. I'm not sure how much you're aware of the history. The cave was the opening salvo of the Lupine War that ended up causing Prince Loden to fall. That same night, they burnt the Succubus Club, attacked a number of businesses. And it began the all-out war. We lost several kindred that night in the cave.
I have been fortunate to receive some local history lessons from Miss De Ronde when the time allows.
She definitely seems like she's done a lot of homework on the city. What do you wish to know about the cave? Most things were destroyed as part of cleanup.
I know that Baby Chorus in some form was present that evening.
That is correct.
My understanding is that you had you were in charge of a large portion, if not the entirety, of the cleanup.
I took charge of it. At the time, Loden had me as his chief of security. That included security of maintaining the Masquerade at times. So I was the one who was sent in to clean that particular problem up.
my favor, if it's possible, and please, if it is not possible, still please consider this as a favor called in.
What do you need to know about it?
I'm looking for a picture of Damien.
Now, that is a very odd thing to request. Very odd thing to request. We went in afterwards after the killing. There was a number of kind there, as a matter of fact. We had to do quite a bit of cleanup. Most of everything that was found there was destroyed. I say most, not all. It took us a few days after the event to catch all the kind. Thankfully, due to the rise in violence that comes with the start of a lupine war, nobody seemed to notice one more violent event amongst many. But one of the people who were tasked, I'll say, with cleaning this up, who might have some information, because she was the one who went and grabbed the ones who had escaped the initial roundup to clean up some memories. Primogen Stewart. She may be able to tell you if anyone most likely would have had that kind of stuff. As I said, she was the one who went and fixed the memories of the event so that there was a lot less masquerade problems. I'm sure you understand what I mean when I say clean up the memories. It's not something our clan normally is known to be good at, but she is unique in that way.
If there's one thing I've learned from this condition of ours, is adaptability seems to be a greater boon to all of us.
Go to her and tell her that I have instructed that she tell you any information you wish to know of the attack on the cave. She can even, if you wish it, guide you to where it occurred. That I have also cleared. And that any assistance that she can give you is to be done. In this particular case, because a boon is owed, any information you request that pertains to the cave and the events of that night, your authority to gather information comes directly from the prince.
I appreciate it. I
Go ahead.
No, Nicholas, as soon as he gets that, he'll give him, a very formal bow, not like full bow, but, a little nod. I appreciate it, Prince. I'll take up no more of your time.
And we'll consider our boon even.
Thank you again.
No problem. And then as you go to leave, you see him turn back, and he's once again staring at this picture. Now, I don't think Nicholas knows the history. He doesn't even know what picture this is. But you clearly do see the plaque at the bottom, the Battle of Fort Dearborn.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
Well, Nicholas doesn't, but...
Yeah.
So...
And then Nicholas will step out, and if he sees Damien, he'll just kind of give him a nod, but past that, he won't.
As you head back out, Bobby's still in the lobby. Damn, that was quick. I like those kind of meetings. Now I can sit down until the next one starts, because Jackson says I can't be sitting when somebody's coming in to meet him. I have to stand up and I got to play the game. He says, got to show my respect to whoever's coming to meet. But I'm going to go sit down. Good. You
enjoy your rest.
Yeah, you be easy.
And Nicholas will take off.
Okay. And so you head back out.
Probably back to medical district, trying to just wrangle some like loopholes and little odds and ends for his new
You got
haven.
your new business. You found the building, but it's going to be a mortuary. So the biggest part is getting all the stuff in, and they've got to do a remodel to get a crematorium part in there, because that's not just something you just, boom, it's in the building. So you go and check on them. Now, as you're doing that, we're going to flash to Roscoe. Roscoe, where are you tonight? You're muted, so you're in the quiet box, cone of silence.
Yep, there you go. I'll probably be at the shop, or even maybe at my haven, doing some research on the computer, looking at the GPS location I recorded when we were down in the sewer, looking at trying to find the city maps of all the municipal, like the underworks, sewers, where they lead to, and just try to.
You can find sewer maps. They're old. Not many are in date, but that shit's leaked all online. Which one for sure? Are you at your haven or at the shop?
Let's say at the shop.
Okay. And as you're sitting there, you're in the back room because the computer's in the back. Michael's actually manning the front desk at the moment. Even though it's closed, he likes to hang out there when you're in the front just to keep an eye on things, or when you're in the back. There's a knock on the back door, the fire exit.
Okay. Kind of late for that, but I'll go and see.
And you open the door, and Sun Chi just kind of rushes in as soon as the door opens.
Sun Chi, what are you doing here? How are you?
Fucking exhausted. Tired, a little bit hungry, haven't had a chance to feed lately. They're trying to find me.
Yes, they are. They got the big guns too.
I didn't want to come here. I just didn't know where else to go. I need, I hate to say it, but in this case, even my friend agrees. I need to get out of the city for a little bit.
Yeah, and you need to do it as invisibly as you can.
Yeah.
Do you know who's looking for you?
Oh, I know.
Okay.
He's almost caught me 3 or 4 times. It's only, if it wasn't for my friend, he'd have got me already. So, you know anybody who can help me get out?
Yes, I do. I can put you into contact with someone who can get you out, and maybe even a new identity too.
So how? I don't even know how we'd.
Well, we need to do this. We can't wait, because I'm sure someone's going to come looking for you.
You go and arrange it. I'll meet you this time, 7 days from now, at the tea shop where we had our first date.
Okay, I'll arrange it.
Okay. Because this is not good. It's I'm getting tired of running. And then you see that change come over her eyes. And you know you're not speaking to her. I would be very upset if my vessel was taken from me.
Oh, I understand. It's not. I'll do everything I can to make sure she's not.
You will do this.
Of course, my salary said I would.
Good. And then Sunshi shakes her.
Yeah,
It did it again, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But we're not at odds.
It didn't threaten you this time?
No, not really.
Sometimes I get to know what it's doing, and then other times I just... black. So, I can't thank you enough for this, Roscoe. It's just, I don't I don't know why they want me. I don't know what's going on with it. But I've got to get the fuck out of here because this is too much. I can't let him get me.
No, you cannot.
Because I know what he's going to do. I'll be lucky if I see a trial.
Oh, you won't. It's already decided. And it cannot happen.
I know. That's what I've been here long. I've got to get out of here. I cannot stay even this long.
Go.
Took a big enough risk coming here. And she actually slips out the back again, and you've never seen her panic. She is literally panicked as she steps out the back and leaving Roscoe in his shop. Now, Roscoe, this is occurring as Jackie's coming back from meeting Dawn. So I turn the scene to you because I'm pretty sure you're going to have to reach out already to let Jackie know.
Yes. And I'm going to try calling Jackie on the phone, on the sat phone.
Yes, Roscoe.
Good evening, Jackie. Remember some time ago you mentioned that you might be able to provide transportation and perhaps a mask for someone?
Yes.
Can I avail myself of that favor at this point? Not for myself.
Absolutely.
I'd like to set that in motion.
I can take care of it. I'll make the calls tonight. And it usually takes me about a week.
That sounds good.
To get the documents, and then once the documents are done, I have a plane.
That would work wonderfully. I owe you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Good night.
And as you get off the phone with her, what is Roscoe doing? Anything else, or are you?
Well, he's thinking, he has to stay away from Victor now at all costs. So, because he will be asked, have you seen Sun Chi?
Yeah. So what are you going to do?
I may end up spending a little bit more time over at the club, where I'm kind of out of view.
Where the wards will protect you from scrying and easy location.
Yes.
So you go to pack up some stuff so you can head to the club. Now we've got time for one more scene, and I think Jenny and Jackie had something they wanted to do, which would be an interesting ride at this point because I'm sure Jenny has some things to tell Jackie. Jenny needs to blow off some frustration, don't she?
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Are we taking, or I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say you're riding with Genevieve.
Oh, Jenny's driving? Okay.
Jenny's driving.
Excellent.
She sent Evan out to do this thing. So yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, sorry. Normally Evan would drive me, but
this is fine. This is fine.
Well, he's not driving because someone decided to huck Molotovs at Amethyst 312 down in the loop before it was completed. So I'm currently
you know who it was.
Is it you take $100 and fuck off?
Yes.
Jackie, you were told at one point that that game he played.
Yes. Loden did that shit to you.
Why?
Because
Why
he's
now?
crazy. Because he poses as a damn homeless man, asks for money, and then if people give him money, he kills the people, or if it's kindred, he fucks with their shit. It's how he lashes out at his lack of power.
He's gonna have less power after this then. And he's also signed the death warrant for every homeless person in this city, because I will no longer be nice to the homeless. I will start fucking murdering them. I can't take this risk again.
I
won't
understand.
take this risk again.
I understand. I understand. Just be careful not to hit Waneca's people.
Fuck. You're right. I can't just kill the homeless out of hand because all the homeless in this city are pawns of other fucking people.
Absolutely they are. In any city. in any city. It's one of the most common use of kind in a city. Use the homeless, because everyone ignores them.
Fucking swear. It's fine. It's fine. Insurance. Insurance is doing its thing.
Don't worry.
Evan's
You
looking
have
for
my
info.
support, Jenny.
Oh.
I will
Yeah.
help you take that bastard down.
Oh, I'm sure we'll all be involved in taking him down. But yes, yes. No. I'm currently doing my information side of things. I'll have to
Yeah,
figure out
get
who
your
else I
proof.
have to-
Get your proof.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know who did it. You know who did it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's what I
One
get.
piercing blue eye.
Yes. Well, he'll have 0 piercing blue eyes when I'm done with him. So
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind drinking that bastard down.
you know what? All yours. Once I'm done with him, you can have whatever's left.
Excellent.
I don't know that I'm ready to make that leap yet, but I definitely will find my satisfaction in other ways with his semi, his corpse before it gets to complete corpse state. So
Yes. Yes.
anyway, this will be fun. This will be fun. You were interested in the club.
Yes, I am
I
happy to
figure,
go do this. And I needed the distraction anyway. I just had a meeting with Don Nikata.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's the Archon, right?
Yes.
The computer.
Yes. You know, it's funny though. I got to get my jabs in on a. She was really upset about Felicity because she hadn't calculated that.
Well,
And she asked me, why do I see her with Arjun Shaw? And I told her that is called a Mithras business.
well, okay, so cult business to one cult business, I suppose. You're not gonna have a problem walking into a other cult operated business, I hope, because if it's gonna be like a bodies dropping kind of night, I will probably turn the car.
She is Bahari, yes?
I believe so. She should be. She was pretty clear in that. I don't think she's anything else. So
I don't have a problem with them. It's really just the Church of Set, mostly. There's also the ones that worship fucking Michael. Those
I have
fucking
no idea.
pretentious little pricks. Yes. Yeah. I haven't run across any of those here yet, but right now my prey of choice is the Setites. Yes.
Well, there's definitely plenty of them. Too many.
Yes.
And
the weirdest thing is there's so many, but everyone hates them. Everyone hates them. They even hate each other.
Well, but isn't that typically a sign of religion? You hate the others in your own religion.
Oh.
Maybe it's not true. I don't know.
It's not the case in mine. It is not the case in mine. Mine is a militaristic. Everyone has a place and does duties for the betterment of all.
Not so bad.
Yes.
And you don't like the Setites, so it's perfect.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It is perfect. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't worship Mithras. I'm descended from Mithras. I know exactly what he is.
Apologies. I don't know a whole lot of the big kindred stuff. So I'm assuming Mithras is important. And and you're important, so I assume
he was ruler of London even before the Camarilla was in existence.
I got you.
And
so he's been around.
He's very old. Very old. He's older than, I believe, the two that are in the city.
Wow.
And I know exactly what he is. Sure, he may have the power of a god, but he is not a god. He is just a very old kindred. But many do worship him within the cult. I find that the principles that the cult upholds aligns very much with who I am as a person.
That's
So,
fair.
yes. So I use the cult as much as they use me.
Look, as long
I
as
guess
you're,
you could
as long
say
as
I'm an
you're-
atheist cultist. Who knows?
See, I was going to say, as long as you're getting paid, that's all that matters. But you know,
I am getting basically cult backing for my praxis when I take it.
oh, yeah, yeah, that'll be helpful then.
Yes.
I guess I'm assuming Minneapolis then is Milwaukee. Sorry,
Yeah.
Milwaukee. The M's, they're all
I know,
insignificant.
but yes.
Milwaukee. I'm assuming Milwaukee is a hotbed for the Cult of Mithras then, since
I don't know. I am a little disappointed in the one running it there.
mm,
He's not bolstering our ranks like he should be.
maybe he's what is it? Believes himself in a safe position.
I don't know. I worry that Keisha has gotten too much influence in that city
Mm,
because she has taken over Indianapolis. It is a theocracy of the Church of Set. And that's why I want Milwaukee. I want to make it basically a bastion for the cult of Mithras to stand against the Church of Set.
well, it's just going to be another snake. You know, take the snakes outside and you hit him with the shovel in the back of the head, chop the head off. So it's the trick. You know, I'm sorry, Keisha. I mean, and any other snakes that pop up.
Need to bring St. Patrick back from the dead.
Well, you're talking about you're talking about Mithras. I'm just gonna say, make a joke. Maybe he is the original St. Patrick since he doesn't like the. I'm assuming it's a cult thing that they don't like the Setites.
Yes,
so.
it is. Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yes, it is. Yes.
See, we've cracked the code.
Basically,
you now know it all.
if you look at it, the Church of Set is a cult that is built on the principle of chaos.
Like, I'm assuming not causing it, or
No, causing chaos. They legit try to undermine individuals to do base chaotic things.
Okay.
Whereas the cult of Mithras is the polar opposite of that. We are all about order.
Oh, sorry. I'm just kidding. That makes sense. I was getting my wires crossed. I apologize.
Yes. And as far as the Bahari, Church of Cain, I don't really have strong opinions on those. Those are ones that go at each other, you know?
Mm,
They have opposite principles as well. And that's just the nature of kindred religion. Because kindred can't go nights without having an enemy. Neither can their
Yeah.
religions.
Look, preaching to the choir.
Yes.
So-
But I don't have a problem with it. If you decide to get on board with this, I don't have a problem with it. I'm personally a feminist. Go for it.
I like I said, I need to talk to Erzule about it. I need to figure out what it is that their selling points, because I'll tell you what was going on in Vegas was not really my speed per se. Though I feel like I know some of the stuff that was done to me there has probably influenced how I behave in these nights to a degree.
Yes.
But because I regretted taking Tasha and turning her into one of my ghouls, but it was necessary to
saved
protect
her.
her. I know, and I gave her the choice. I mean, it's not much of a choice when it's either die or ghouldom, but
It is
service
better
can be
than
rewarded.
serving the alternative.
Oh, for sure. No, I would have. If it had been like if I had been demanded to hand her over to the to who wears the toga,
Yes.
I would have probably killed her, and then I would have gotten the fuck out of Chicago. done her that service. So,
Well, I believe we are here.
yeah.
And as you pull up out front of the House of Lilith, once again, there's several posters announcing upcoming. And one of them this time actually says the famous Mama Walde. And it says, as Jennifer McKay.
Can I do a wits awareness with instincts on that?
Go ahead. You can try. Four
Mm-hmm. With a crit.
with a crit. You've heard that name. She's a local, some ways, amateur boxer, kickboxer. You've heard that name mentioned as in the underground kickboxing scene.
Why on earth is a performer performing as an amateur kickboxer?
I have no idea. I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about any of the people here. So,
There's something to this. You've been here before. Was the sign showing this person as someone else before?
no, it was, there was some other performer.
No, it was
that
Mama Walde with Sweetie Pepper performing as
but
Sweetie Pepper.
Yeah,
With-
it was not, but this time you said it was Mama
As.
Walde as.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, no, last time it was Mama Walde with a pepper or something, I think. So I don't know. Maybe she's gonna get up there and
I will think on that.
I was gonna say maybe she's gonna get up on stage and like
We
you
will
know,
see what the performance is. Let's
break
go
a
see.
watermelon with her thighs.
Who
or-
knows?
And of course, when you get to the door, as always, women enter free at this place.
Hmm.
And the doorman just looks both of you over and she waves you through. Our doorwoman, I should say. And as you step inside, the lights are low, of course, several tables. This is not a club per se. It's a drag club, which is a lot like a bar. And as you come inside, of course, it's not as busy as it was last time you came here, Jenny. And on stage is a woman. She's singing. Obviously a drag queen up there singing. But she's singing a real baldy song about somebody trying to get a peek up her dress.
Oh, Jenny, this is fantastic.
It's different. This is definitely different from last time.
And as you come inside, of course, and you look around, there's several tables. There's none close to the stage tonight. They're more backed off from the stage.
Mhm.
But you're not there more than a minute or two before beelining over to you is once again Urzule. And tonight she's in a gold sequined lounge dress. And she comes over and she looks at Jenny or at Jackie for a second, but first she comes over and she gives Jenny a big hug.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she pulls back from the hug, she lightly traces the back of your hand with one of her hands.
Hello, Arzule. I said I would come back. So I have returned.
Glad, and I see you brought Jackie. I can call you that, right? Adzy's told me that's what you're called by those who you're friends with. I'd love to consider us friends.
Well, we shall see how that goes. It is a pleasure, Azule.
And she leans forward and gives you a hug as well, but her hand does not stray on your
Mm-mm.
hand at all. Well, please, have a seat. Would you like to sit by the stage? I'm sure if I asked, you'll move. This is my place, after all.
It's quite all right.
Please,
We can.
please. And she gestures to one of the empty seats.
Jackie sits down.
And she actually comes in and sits down. So I'm good. Glad to see you come back here, Jenny. I was a little worried you wouldn't after the experience your friend had last time she was here.
No. Isabella had a good time. It was weird for her, as it were, but she enjoyed herself. I made sure she was okay and she was fine. So yeah, no. I told I'd come back. I am a woman of my word, so I have come back.
And
I don't mean to keep dropping in with guests with or addition, plus ones or something. I don't want you to.
Well, and Azule gets a little bit of a light laugh. And the first time's always the hardest for him. And I don't mind you bringing, beautiful guests like this. Beautiful guests like your last one. Guests are always very nice to have. And I see Jackie rolled. What are you rolling for?
I was rolling for insight on her with desires, and I'm going to willpower.
That's going to put you where you don't get it all back next episode.
That's all right. That's 5.
Okay. 5 successes. Desires. Let me roll for hers to see how well she can hide it, because this is one of the few cases I'll have her rolling against it.
Absolutely.
Because she tries to.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for the compliment, Azuli. I have to compliment you on your gown. It is beautiful.
Well, thank you. It's something one of the girls here made for me. They call me Mother Above All. It's a title for
It's a lovely title.
those in the drag community. It means I'm the one who keeps an eye on them, protects them, makes sure they're okay. And you rolled with your desires. She wants something from Jenny.
Okay.
You're not quite sure what it is, but her interest in Jenny is not just as a patron of her drag club.
I personally love drag. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, it's an underappreciated art form that too many marginalized people get ignored for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I made this as a safe haven for all the ones who are marginalized in society and can't be who they are out in the rest of the world. But here, they can be themselves.
My own passion project, if you want to call it that, is burlesque.
No, we have one or two of the queens that do that.
Mm-hmm.
A couple. We seem to have, it's an eclectic mix around here. I'm sure, as Jenny told you about what she saw last time she was here, we had a dragon review night.
Oh, that's excellent.
When you see the sassy bitches like these walking down the stage like it's a catwalk,
Yes.
like they're in Paris, it is glorious to watch.
Oh, that's excellent. I would love to come see the next one.
We do those on the new moon of each month.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'll probably have to catch. Is it always the same, or is it different every time? Just
Well,
because, I mean,
It's different people.
oh,
It's whoever
Perfect.
decides to sign up that night. And there's a rule. It's an unspoken rule, but it's a rule that's pretty much kept up is you never wear the same outfit twice to those reviews. We can't let one person win and then they keep showing up in the same outfit and think that's going to help them.
it's a good rule. I like that one.
It's a great news rule to have. So, would either of you like a drink?
I am the driver tonight, so I will not be drinking.
What do you recommend?
No, it depends on what you're in the mood for. We have a number of normal drinks, and of course, we have the house special. And she gets, again, last time when she mentioned the house special, she got a predatory look, and it flashes in front of her Zule now. Almost a predator of almost like a praying mantis kind of a vibe where it's just waiting to strike, and then it passes almost immediately.
Is that house special the one that made Isabella feel so good?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That is the Zule special.
Oh. I would love to try that.
And she brings her hand up and she waves it a bit, and you see a man scurry over, and you notice that all the waitstaff are men here.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't look her in the eye. You don't know how he noticed her hand up when he generally, his head is kept down. But he noticed, he comes over. Yes, mother? Get the lovely lady here the Azule special. Yes, mother. And he turns and scurries off.
Jackie's tracking where he's going.
He heads to the bartender and then goes to the room behind the bartender.
So tell me, is this something that you keep on tap?
Well, you might say it's on tap. It's not something you can just have on tap. You have to make it special for each person.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, it takes a little bit of effort to do, but it's worth it. I'm
Goodness,
sure you'll enjoy it.
I was hoping to make some kind of arrangement with you where I could procure some.
Well, I mean, it keeps for some time after it's been brewed up, but no more than a few days. And it rapidly loses potency before it even hits the end of its full effect.
Uh-oh. It looks like, sounds like Jackie was hoping to give Etienne a fun night.
Etienne, I haven't met him. Kindred?
Oh,
No.
Oh.
just
No.
an acquaintance of Jackie.
No, not Etienne.
Oh, then maybe the other one.
The other, well.
With the one who wears the sassy pants.
And Urzule laughs again, that high laugh. I would imagine the sassy pants are on her, not him. If she's doing it right.
I mean,
if she's doing it
Oh,
right,
I do
she may
it
put 'em
very
on him.
right. I do it very right.
Some nights I feel generous and I let Urzule or Adzi wear the fancy pants. Briefly.
Oh,
And then the sassy pants. And sometimes the leather.
Oh, Azule, we are going to be grand friends.
not to be crass, but I noticed that the sign at the marquee outside said, based on what you said before, it's you performing as...
Well, no, I'm not Mama Walde.
Well,
The House of Mama Walde is another drag club here, and the one who runs it, she generally comes and performs here. It's a cross-promotional thing, you might say. We advertise between each other and share performers, and she comes and performs here from time to time as her schedule permits.
Okay. I apologize. There's been so much. So sometimes my head kind of, and things just kind of swap places, and I get, yeah.
So
Not
she
the
is
best in a business
performing
situation.
as an amateur kickboxer tonight.
Well, she's not performing tonight, but the sign's out there to advertise when she next comes.
Oh.
so-
We don't
see,
announce
okay.
ahead of time.
Oh.
So my real question is okay, so is she gonna do kickboxing, or is she gonna like break fruit with her body or something? Because
Oh,
my
she'll be
head
doing
immediately
a kickbox.
flashed to some things. Sorry, what?
She will do an enticing and teasing kickboxing routine. Whereas she's kicking,
So-
her outfit slowly changes. It's kind of a strip tease in some ways. And
Oh.
Excellent. Excellent.
it's a way to
Okay.
pull the crowd in. She's quite unique when she does it.
That actually sounds very interesting. Apologies, my brain went someplace much dirtier.
Well, you would have to see her. She also performs drag quite often. She has not transitioned fully yet. And it's quite a shock for the show as she loses clothes. And actually, it normally gets one hell of a round of applause.
As it
especially to the
should.
new people.
As it should.
She loves that act of fooling their expectations.
Yep. That's excellent.
She has been an apt pupil. And you see this guy start coming out of the back again, and it's in a goblet, and it's got a red liquid in it. He puts it on the table. Anything else, Mother? No. Go back to your duties. And he scurries back off again. She leans forward. He hasn't proven himself yet, so until he does, this is what he does. He serves me and the rest of the women here.
I understand.
He's not nearly as good as Jim. And she points at the bartender whose head isn't down. He has proved his value. And because of that, he has earned the right for his head to be up.
She sniffs it like it's wine.
smells alcoholic.
She takes a small sip.
There's a taste to it that makes it a lot stronger than what you're used to with alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also an odd tingling sensation on your tongue when you do it.
Hmm. Oh, Azule, that is very good.
Yeah. You'll find out shortly. And she actually looks at you, Jenny, and she winks.
Yeah, see, I'm prepared this time. So last time I was just like, shit. Well, so this time at least I know what's going to happen, or a general idea of what's going to happen.
Oh, I'm sure. It'll be interesting to see. Most times, her clan is afraid to let loose. While here, with us girls, we can be whoever we wish. Let the inhibitions go. And Jackie, as she says that, you start to feel very odd, even from that little sip.
Mm-hmm.
The room swims a little. You get that pins and needles.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel it building, and it doesn't seem to care you only took a sip.
Interesting. So a little bit goes a long way.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter how much you drink once it's in your system. You get it.
Oh, I love that.
And already you can start to see colors brighter. Not quite hallucinations, though. Everything is more vibrant. And your skin, I mean, you can feel the fabric against it. It is pleasurable and painful at the same time. More pleasure than pain, but it's definitely heightened sensation. Something you haven't felt since you were alive.
My goodness.
Oh, just wait. You'll be swaying to the beat in no time.
Can I get the rest of this in a jar to go?
Well, you've got the glass. I can't exactly pour it back and give it to another customer. That would be unsanitary, and then the health department would be here. So, while she's enjoying her drink, Jenny, have you given any thought to what I talked to you about before?
More than I ever thought I would before. Though I'm curious how you view garden management or management of your garden, because I know I didn't necessarily agree with some of the stuff that was going on in Vegas. Their garden management wasn't as good, I didn't think. So,
Well,
yeah.
I like every kind of a garden. Everything in the garden has a place. Everything in the garden has something it should do. If you find weeds, you pull them up. But only if they're weeds that do not serve purposes. It's very important to make sure that when you cultivate the garden, you cultivate it in a way that keeps the most harmony, you see. Just indiscriminately yanking out things that you don't personally like is not always the way to do it. A garden works best as a balance.
Fact that you're willing to actually cultivate in a, I'm assuming, no, I know the men around here probably wouldn't agree with my statement, but you're cultivating at least in a much kinder way than what I've seen.
They would agree 100%. They all are perfectly aware of who they serve and why they serve, and how long they serve for, and what must be done to earn their place.
Well, I didn't mean disrespect. I meant more just in that they're, I would hope that none of them are bitter that they have to just keep their head down, because that's actually, yeah, it is very nice considering.
And they have learned that they have things to atone for that they may not have been personally guilty for, but they are responsible for the society being the way it is. And they have to earn their place, and they have to earn that redemption. But it is not impossible. It is not onerous. It is penance, you might say. As you can see, the bartender has done quite well.
Yeah. No, I believe you. I believe you. I don't know. I I apologize. I'm not just like yes or no. I would love to say yes, and I guess it's one of those things. It's I don't know. Once you're in, you're probably in, and I know I'm not necessarily on good standing. So
Well, even if the vine is withered, as long as something remains of it, you'd be amazed how well it can be regrown. There's many trees in the fall and in the winter. All their leaves fall off and they could appear dead. But when the spring comes, they bloom once more. Perhaps you've experienced your fall and winter. Maybe it's time for you to come to the spring for a bit.
that's possible. If I say yes, am I going to be like whisked away to some sort of boot camp or something?
Oh, no. No. That is their way, not ours. If you say yes, I will invite you to walk the garden one night with me just to speak.
You know what? That sounds acceptable to me.
On the next new moon, return to visit. And we will work the garden
I'll be
in
here.
the darkness of night where no moon shines. There is a certain poetry to that you'll come to understand in time.
Well, no, I will be here that night then. So is there a specific time you appreciate or just show up?
Well, you can show up at any time.
Sorry, it's the businesswoman schedule keeping thing. That's why I was,
The way I see it, as she was cast into darkness and forced to walk without the light of the moon, so do all of us in the beginning. We will talk. And Jackie, as it's going on, you're getting more and more and more
At this
lit.
point, she's basically drunk texting Dread.
And you can barely, you can't even follow the conversation Jenny's having because you are
in the zone
and touching and feeling your skin. And Azule leans in. It's got her now.
Yep, she definitely hit that stage, I think, because I remember when Isabella did. So,
and Dread texts back, what the hell are you on?
You want to find out.
And then you get a reply, where?
Genevieve actually turns to Jackie. Are you okay? Do you need to go?
She flags down one of the waiters.
And as soon as you put your hand up, a man scurries over, still not looking at you.
I need something to put this in to go.
And he actually looks over to Azule and she just nods. And he runs in the back and he comes back out with a mason jar.
Excellent. Do you mind? I'm a little...
He immediately pours it without spilling an extra drop. And you actually hear Azule mutter, very good.
And she takes it, thank you, and she places it in her bag. Yes, I think we should go. And then she texts Dread, my place. Puts her phone in her bag.
Appreciate the chat, Azule. I will be back here at the new moon. So
Well, may the mother guide you and the mother protect you. And once again, she leans forward to give you a hug, and that hand again strays right over the top of your hand.
Jackie actually hugs Azule and says, thank you so much for the hospitality.
And Azule smiles and says, well, you're always welcome here.
Thank you.
And when you go to turn to leave, she actually lightly swats you on your backside. And the sensation is...
Oh, I'll be back.
And she grins and winks again at Jenny. I love doing that when someone gets their first hit. If Isabella had stood up, I'd have done it to her too.
Oh, okay. Well, if she comes back for another one, you'll probably get your chance.
I hope she does. I always love to share the night with beautiful women here. And maybe I'll convince one of you to come back with me. Adzi loves to watch.
Look, one step at a time. So you'll learn some things eventually.
If I can't be the brazen bitch in my own club, where can I be?
Amen to that.
This is a place where we are who we are. No shame, no hiding it.
Oh, I wasn't shaming you, trust me. But I should get her going so that, it sounds like she's got a date. So
No, I saw her texting a booty call, I assume. That is a common response to this concoction.
again, thank you again, Erzule.
Make sure she gets at least somewhere where she won't wander into traffic.
Oh, no. I will drive her wherever she needs to take. She wants me to take her. So
Very good. Well, and she turns, I've got to be off. I've got to circulate. I've spent too much time with you, and my crowd gets upset when I don't circulate.
yeah, I apologize, but I do appreciate your time. So,
And as you're heading out, the lady at the door woman, as you're heading out, she's got some guy in an arm lock smashed against the wall as you're stepping out. And she's explaining to him that he's not welcome there because of what he did last time.
And
she's
Jackie just says, okay, that's hot.
And she's explaining it in a way where his arm is in a position that arms aren't meant to be. You figured she's at least dislocated that shoulder.
oof. Genevieve's just like, you go, girl.
And she wasn't that big, but size doesn't always matter. She goes, he'll learn. He's not allowed in. He's on the list. And when she pushes him in the street, she makes sure to use that arm that she's dislocated to shove him. And he does cry out with that one as he staggers and stumbles. And as Jackie heads back to her haven for another night with Dread, we're going to have to make a roll on afterwards. And Jenny has gotten, a date of her own when you think about it. This is where we're going to end this episode of Windy City After Dark. And of course, I'd like to thank my players and our guest player who was great as Franklin, and we'll see him, I know, again shortly.
Thank you, Ravnos Archon.
And of course, the player vote goes to everybody because these damn batch of players just insist on voting for everyone. But
No, because we keep bringing it.
So I'll give them that. Of course, please pop over to our Discord. This is where we cast these shows. We talk about these shows, and it's a great place to hang out. You'll do weekly Zoom hangouts and talk about the games and talk about other shit and support each other, and it's just a good place to be. So pop over to Discord. You want to catch back episodes? Follow our YouTube. We've got back episodes of Windy City. We've got Werewolf. We've got Mage. First 3 seasons. Season 4 is coming, everybody. We've got even Changeling in there. We've got Wraith. We've now got Demon going in there. So we've got World of Darkness covered, and we got just about every non-World of Darkness covered, except for, of course, Call of Cthulhu and Dungeons and Dragons. And you'll have to pop over to Ishval's channel for that because Tiss streams those for us, and that's where she puts her videos. If you want to get some merch, get you some Windy City merch, check it out. We've got lots of merch. And of course, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the other one is Friends. You want to check some amazing content creators? One of them was not here with us tonight, but that's the way it is. Mischievous Red, she'll be back. I think she had some issues with, that long bond and bond junkie she got from Jenny. That might be a bit much.
It might have spooked her just a little bit.
And of course, the Ivy Raven there, she streams on her channel. And of course, Ravnos Archon, who was Franklin, he streams on his channel when he's not busy streaming his ass off on our channel, which is, pretty great to have him over here, actually, not going to lie, because I get to play in a game with my wife. If you want to support the players, so bits and donations, you can go to the players, including the guests that appear in that episode, not to the studio. If you want to support the studio, of course, you can subscribe here on Twitch or pop it over our KoFi, but all bits and donations go to the players, a way to say thank you to them for the effort they put in. And now I can turn it over to my wife for one hell of a schedule.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for episode 6 of season 7 of Windy City After Dark. Coming up tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Kids on Bikes with Ravnos Archon running that game. It is a spooky-ass game, y'all, for real. Taking place in Massachusetts in the 80s. with Revben Powers and Lan He. Oh my gosh. The first session was them as kids. There legit was weird ass shit happening in town. They killed a witch, supposedly. And now this week we're going to see them as teenagers. And the aftermath of that and what's still going on in this creepy ass town. So that's at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Then on Tuesday, we are doing episode 8 of season 1 of Demon the Fallen, The Road to Hell at 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll see myself, Ivy Raven here, with Shanky, and the rest of the crew. We had our downtime, and it was fucked up.
Yeah, the downtime wasn't as downtime as...
Not at all.
thought.
Not at all. It was stressful as fuck.
Even in the downtime episode, there was a death.
Yes. So join us on Tuesday as we pick up from that clusterfuck. And then on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Ravnos Archon is back with us doing Dune, Blood-Soaked Sands at 8 p.m. Eastern. Shanky and myself are in that as players. We've got Junie Von Esch and Alex Skylark. I'm telling you, there's some sus-ass shit going on around Arrakis. Sus-ass shit. And we are all trying to figure this out and protect our own interests in the process. So...
But it's so much fun.
It is so much fun. I love this game. And then, of course, on Saturday, we have Tiss back with London Esoteric Society at 3 p.m. Eastern, our Victorian London set Call of Cthulhu 7E stream where the investigators investigate sus-ass cult shit. And just like us in Windy City here, but, you know, we are cultists too. But
Hers is a little less people dismembered than mine.
yes. And definitely it's a fun game, loads of insanity-inducing stuff. You know,
Maddie.
Yeah, poor Maddie and poor Mortuous's character. Jeez. Yeah. So tune in Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern for that amazing game. And then we will be back on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern with Season 7, Episode 7 of Windy City After Dark.
We're through the halfway point, people.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe we're already coming up on, we just finished episode 6 of Season 7. Wow. And there's some shit to come. But of course, as always, when we end these streams, please, everybody, take your mental health seriously. Take the mental health of others seriously. It is not a joke. It is not a laughing matter. Check in on those around you. Please make sure they're okay. And just speak to them. Just say, are you okay? Ask them. And some people just need that lifeline. And if you do suffer from mental health issues, like many of us do, first of all, it's okay to not be okay. There's nothing wrong with admitting you need help. You need to talk to somebody. You need assistance to get through the troubles of life, because we all need it. And if you don't feel you can talk to anybody about it, in chat, there's a list of names and numbers. You can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can get that help that you need, because everybody, mental health is health, and it's a rough time for a lot of people. And we need to rely on each other, and we need to rely on the support networks that are out there to make sure that you get the help you need, to make sure we're all in it together. And now I can turn it over to my wife.
And to follow up with that, if you don't feel like you are actively in severe crisis and need that immediate 24/7 crisis response from those helplines, you can utilize, if you are employed by a company that offers the benefit of an employee assistance program, you can utilize that program. They can provide resources to help you find providers for services. They can actually provide counseling services for you, and it is completely confidential. They do not tell your employer that you are calling in for these reasons, okay? All they do is send a utilization report of how many people have used it each month. And you know what? Your company's paying for it. Use their money. Use their money, okay? Oh, man, please. And I'm Mama McStabber, nicest mean nurse you're ever gonna meet. Timber Brad here is the meanest nice nurse you're ever gonna meet. And we're gonna tell you,
Please get your goddamn shots.
y'all, for real, it's spiking. It's spiking again, and it's mutating again and again because people won't get shots. So please go get shots. Please get please get fully vaxxed, get boosted, do the shit to take care of yourself and those around you. Okay? Please.
Please don't kill me.
Yeah, please don't kill Shanky, because then I'm going to have to just go on a warpath, all right?
For those that don't understand why I say that, I have COPD that manifests as fluid buildup in my lungs.
Chronic bronchitis.
I have to constantly clear my lungs of fluid. And COVID makes your lungs fill with fluid.
It'll kill him.
That would kill me.
And he is fully vaxxed, but still, his risks are higher. So please, y'all, get vaxxed. And abortion is healthcare. One saved my life and allowed me to later become a mother to 2 amazing children. And either way, it's nobody's fucking business because I made that choice. And taking away the choice from folks that can carry children within their wombs is stripping them of autonomy, making them less of a citizen than a fucking corpse. Vote blue, November. Down the whole fucking ticket. Let's bury the GOP.
And fuck Putin with
And
a chainsaw.
Fuck Putin with a chainsaw.
Just
Yeah.
to do it. And again, because I'm enjoying doing this as our part of our closing from now on, in a world full of Jameson Stone and Satine Phoenixes, be a Mr. Rogers. Don't be a shithead. Don't be an abuser. Don't be one who takes advantage of the TTRPG community. We don't need that kind of toxic shit in our community. So I thank you all for coming. And I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.